Let's just find some settled position, an inward turn. We use our eyes for so many things, which is very helpful. But notice the inclination to kind of lean forward into things a lot. To lean forward. And what if you could experience your eyes behind you? All the way in the back of the head. All the way in the back. Behind the sternum even. What would happen if you could draw your shoulders in line with your hips, in line with your knees, your feet? So there's this symmetry, this beautiful symmetry. Our bodies are created. Oh my God. Sorry, Sharon, I was just looking at Sharon's yes, right? Those moments. If it had been just a little bit longer, a little bit different time. So it was a 4.0 or so. I'm sure I'll get the deets after yoga. And all the nerves that brings up all the memories. Holding them maybe just within your gentle hand. And finding then the stability of the now, the present, theoretical stability even of the floor underneath you, wherever you are. Try to get all 10 toes pressed into the earth of whatever your earth is. I just peeked at myself in the little video here, and I can see that my feet are not symmetrical. One is going rogue. Keep both feet underneath the knees. Press into your sits bones. Allow the jaw to just feel dropped and hangy. Hangy, it's a new Sanskrit term. It means loose. The way like a shot of Novocaine would just let there be space inside that jaw. And look over the right shoulder. Gazing gently over the right shoulder. And over the left shoulder. Again, sort of feeling that numb. And look down. Take the arms up as you look down. Let that be a real inhale for you. Still looking down. And then press your hands to your thighs and look up. Notice the sort of opposition we're going for. As we look down, we reach the arms up. Triceps by the ears. And as you look up, your hands go down. If it makes you dizzy, just pause or go slower, more slowly. Look down. That's your full inhale through your nose, and here's your full exhale also through your nose. I know I'm talking, but try to exhale through your nose. And then come back to neutral. Hopefully your ribs are a little lower, right? This fight or flight syndrome kind of gets to rest. It goes to a neutral place. Take your left hand to your right knee. Hold the back of your chair, or if you're sitting on the floor, just take your right hand behind your back. Gently gaze over your right shoulder. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale. And I've been frozen for about 2 minutes. On my end it looks okay, so I wonder if it's freezing on yours. All right. Let me know that maybe you refresh your Facebook feed and it'll unfreeze. I'm so sorry. And then back to the center. Hopefully we'll come together soon. Take the right hand to the left knee. Sit up really tall. Thread that left rib back, the left shoulder back. You do you though. especially with twists when you first wake up. Some of us kind of pop right in. For some of us, like me, it's a little more ginger. I've got to kind of explore, check in. And then look. Inhale. Now reach both arms up. Triceps by the ears. And this time really do let yourself, like that 7-year-old gymnast that flies. Well, probably not just 7. Reach the ribs all the way forward. Explode the chest like you're in a big back bend. And then exhale to neutral. So sometimes it's really helpful to go to the nth degree of the opposite. And then you find your neutral spine. Inhale. Let's, again, still, I'm just looking for ways to get really, really present, to calm the nervous system. We'll take our right thumb, close the right nostril, inhale through the left. Pause at the top, close both nostrils. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. I just noticed my feet went rogue again. Keep pressing the big toe side of it as you close both. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close both, hold. Exhale through the right. Inhale. Good morning, Valerie. We're just getting really present. There were earthquakes here in LA. Reach the right arms up. Exhale. Take the, interlace your hands behind the top of your head. Without collapsing the chest this time, draw your elbows to each other. You see, I'm trying to keep my back nice and long. Draw your elbows in, just the chin. So if you're sitting on the floor, I would advise finding a wall so that you can explore this nice tall spine with the chin just heading down. And then you can find your way into a forward fold. Sorry, I've got itchy hair on the lip. So roll down, and then eventually you are going to, I'm just going to put the microphone closer to me. You are going to release the arms and let yourself hang. Wherever you are in the stretch, right? So I'm going to just do it from the side. You can certainly be standing at this point and let yourself hang forward, or you hang from the chair. And roll on back up. Ooh. So it's like taking sun salutations, which are the best way to warm up the body. And some of you, my students from my regular classes, know we just inhale, plant the feet. So feel free, is what I'm saying, to do it standing if you want. The arms, yes, drop, but we're not trying to slouch. We're trying to keep, and we're also not trying to explode. So it's right there in that center line. If you want to check in, you can check by just taking one hand and pressing it on the ribs. Lift both arms, triceps by the ears. Exhale. Nice, long. Notice I'm trying not to overarch my spine or my back. Just nice, flat back. And then for some reason I've created this very cramped space in my big space. And then fold in half, hands either toward the floor or elbows to the knees. And again, you could be standing with it. Hang there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Either roll on up to standing or you roll up to your chair. And once you're either standing or sitting in your chair, you're going to take your twists again. Hopefully your back is beginning to feel a little bit looser. There's a little more warmth in the body. Ooh, you might get a little crack, which I just did. And then back to the center and change sides. Left hand to the back of the chair or your space. If you're standing in it, that's great. You can even hold the chair. Get a nice neck release as well. Exhale. So if you're standing and you want to use the chair just for balance, but you feel energized and you can feel like you can get into your warrior positions from here, that's great. You might bend the right knee, really draw it over the heel, left leg super straight, and then you might use the chair just for balance, like I'm saying. If you want to stay in the chair, easy peasy options. Bend that right knee underneath you and arms out to the sides. Now, the nice thing about my yoga class, like I always say, is it's non-committal. You can sit for a second, you could explore it, you could do one of the, you could have a little bit of a seat, whatever you do in order to practice. That's all we're here to do. Practice. Maybe today's practice is about how strong can my arms be? Or how can I extend my fingers more? And I looked at myself again, the helpful video. I can't cheat at all, can I? Both hands, theoretically, the same height. So if the right arm's too far up or the left arm, try to go for the symmetry of it. Yeah? And then get deep. Fully deepen the belly breath. Fully lift the pubic bone. Fully drop the tailbone. Keep breathing, knee over the heel. And exhale. Maybe you come down and sit in the chair for half a sec. If you want to stand in between, you just shake a leg. Shake a leg. Give yourself maybe a little twist. The heels of your hands, right? We're not working for the Olympics of yoga. I can't believe, like, when I think about this time last year, this was all still so brand new, but the concept still remains. We're just practicing breath with movement to see where we are, to see how we can explore that kind of same quality of deepening breath with movement in our day-to-day life when we feel reactive. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel reactive. Left knee bent, right heel underneath the left knee, right leg so super duper straight. And then again, where's your dignified lift? What we were working on before. So there's a string in the crown of the head. It doesn't lift the nose and the chin. It just lifts right there, the crown chakra. And then immediately I explore my belly muscles because they tend to go to sleep. They tend to go on vacay, Fingertips extended. Possibly you lift up into your warrior two. Breathe, reach your fingers out. Yeah, I just closed my eyes for a second, I guess, to focus on my inward turn. Maybe you want to close your eyes, see where you are. And breathe. Go a little bit deeper in this left knee and the breath. The right pinky toe is your guide. And exhale, come on down. Ooh, that actually takes a little bit more work, more energy. I'm going to have a quick sip of my coffee. Again, with like ghee and collagen powder and this MCT oil for the brain. If you ever want to check in with me about that, you certainly can. I learned it from a friend. Hug the right knee into the chest. If you're standing, it's a great way to practice the beginning of balance. You could hold on to something, right? Again, seated. We're just kind of stretching, finding where the creaks and crevices are. And exhale. Roll the shoulders back. Whew. Roll the shoulders forward. We're going to come back to that warrior two posture and take reverse warrior with it. So I'll start at standing this time. Knee is over the heel. Hi, Carol. Yeah. Oh, soothing, like for the coffee. I'll tell you about it. Reach the fingers out. Dr. Berg is who I like to follow. He's a guy who talks about, brain health. And he happens to have products of his own. Shocking. But you always get like 15% off if you go to the site. And I don't know, there's always a deal. So the MCT oil right now, it lasts like a whole year and you just put a drop in your morning drink. So it can be tea, it doesn't have to be coffee, or it could be water, it's tasteless, or a smoothie. All right, yes, I'm here a long time because now we'll take the left hand down the left leg. Wowza, open the right arm to the sky and draw the ears away. And then the ghee is for the healthy fat that helps our brains work. And just like a little half a teaspoon into the coffee. I actually put it in a blender and then it's all frothy. And reach away, reach away, reach away. And breathe, gaze upward, gaze upward. Keep gazing. If you're on the chair, that's fantastic. If you're half and half, fantastic. We're just breathing. And exhale. Whew. You can release the legs. I'm going to take my socks off. And then we'll change sides. Whew. Left knee bends, knee and the heel are in line. Turn the right toes in. Straighten both legs. Inhale. Lift the pubic bone, drop the tailbone. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and breathe. Find that little snore in the back of the throat. Extend the fingers out. And then the reverse warrior. Left arm reverses. So the right hand goes to the right leg. Left knee stays bent. Many times I see my students lifting and straightening. Let's try to keep that left knee bent, even if it means you stay in the chair the whole time. Or just like I'm holding the chair with my right hand, just for some support, I'm dropping my left, like my tush, my left hip to the chair, and breathe, making this little rainbow. And then come sit, give myself a little twist. If you don't want to sit, that's fine. Just give yourself your little twist and breathe. And then we'll take a forward fold. So reach the arms up. If you're standing, here's your opportunity to take your first full forward fold. But notice what happens. Try not to lock out the knees. So whatever you do, there's a little bend. I mean, obviously, if you're sitting, there's a big bend. Maybe you shimmy your hands underneath your feet and shake your head no. Get real cozy there. I always feel like the small of my back needs a little safety, a little nurturing. So I'm going to rub into the small of my back, the sacrum. Inhale, roll, 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 roll. Ah, delightful. Tapping your chest, tapping the jaw, the crown of the head. This is good for the brain as well, right? Tapping allows us to get into the present moment, release agitation. Earthquakes are highly agitating. And scoop the arms underneath the leg, the right leg, and extend the right leg out in front of you. We're going to tilt back. Yeah? If you want to sit on the floor, because we're going to move into Navasana, into our boat poses, you certainly may. Turn the foot to the right. Turn the foot to the left. And drop it. Maybe explore a little massage. And then scoop the arms under the left leg. Hug it in. Straighten the left leg. Wowza. Explore a little circle of your left foot. Turning one way and the other. And bring it down. Okay, so if you're sitting on the floor, you know the drill. We're balancing on the sits bones. On the chair, it's almost even harder, so let's explore it. Theoretically, the knees and the hips are in line. The feet are in line with the knees, and you'll stretch, both legs straight. Now, if that's wackadoodle too hard, another Sanskrit turn, you're going to bring the knee in and down, just one leg at a time. In, straighten, in, and down. If you don't feel it, do it in repetition and you will. Or you can do it with the hands off the chair. Then you feel it a little bit more. And then maybe you scoot both legs up. Oh, who doesn't need something for their brain? We watched The Father last night. That is a beautiful and very intense brain movie. If anybody wants to borrow it from me, if you don't have it, you certainly can. And just release the hands on the thighs. We'll try it again. Ready? Lean back, arms out. Really extend the fingertips. So we're going to take a total of 5. That was only number 1. So if you do the marching version, fantastic. And then just see if you can't balance, even if it's using the chair or a table next to you or a small child. Ooh. Call this 4 and 5. Perfect time to take a coffee break or go to the restaurant, make your important overseas phone call. Inhale, lean back. Remember overseas phone calls? You had to plan them and think about when you're going to do it. Actually, I don't have Anybody to call overseas? Stretch the legs up, arms out, breathe 2 and 3, 4, 5, and come on down. Maybe swing left and right. Okay, I think this is number 4 coming up. Ready? Reach the arms up, the legs up, breathe 1 and 2, 3, 4. Lean both legs up, lean back 1. Strong arms 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug the knees in, hug them in, make them sweet. Exhale. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of a pigeon. So if you're sitting on the floor, you might want to prop your back up again against something or take your hands behind you. Theoretically, this right heel climbs over the left knee. And if you're sitting on the floor, you're going to sit up really, really tall, scoot your hands in toward your hips, and that might be plenty. And then maybe you extend forward. If you're sitting on the chair, definitely keep your hips down, your sits bones down. You're going to press on that right knee. Wowza. Tilt forward, and breathe. Maybe you just pause right there in the center. No big deal. Maybe you lean forward again. Maybe you lean forward again. Yikes. And then maybe you take the hands toward the left ankle. And let the head go. I'm trying not to just dangle the arms. I'm trying to use them because it'll help me remember to use my belly. So I'm just pausing here. Press the left big toe. Maybe give a little pressure if you're in this position of it on the chair. Give a little pressure to the right knee. Maybe shake the head right and left. And then maybe roll on up. Cross the right leg over the left knee again and give yourself a little twist. And maybe you karate chop the leg. And then maybe you change sides. So left heel, wowza, over the right knee, sitting up really tall. And breathe. Inhale and exhale, tilt forward. Inhale, exhale, pull in the ribs and the belly. Inhale, exhale. Keep drawing, take the left hand, keep pressing it on the left thigh. Keep breathing, keep pressing. Keep pressing the right big toe. Close the eyes, relax the shoulders away from the ears. And sit up really tall. Maybe massage out the right leg. And yeah, shake it. Okay. So I know we're doing a lot of ups and downs. If you're sitting on the floor, so let's say you've been doing your pigeon posture sitting on the floor, you'll just try to find your way maybe into cat-cow for a moment. And if you're sitting on the chair, you could take a modified cat-cow. Because we are going to come to standing and do some balance postures. So take a couple more cat-cows on the floor if you're in there. If you're on the chair. So just as a reset, to unwind the spine again, if you were doing all those pigeons. Really press the big toe side of the foot. Maybe one more round. The cow position is the hips arch. They lift up in a dog tilt, it's called. And then cat is when you round the navel and all the way to the spine. Like a black cat on Halloween is the concept. And then again, you get this moment for samasthiti, sort of an emptiness from where all things can be created, right? Just like Lurianic Kabbalah. That's how I think about it. And maybe you just drop yourself into yourself. Yeah. All the things that you have to do next, they'll stay. And the more present you can get, maybe the more energy you have for that next thing. Right? My mind always works to like, oh, I have to do the next thing. But what if I were fully present here and not bleed any of this energy into the next? I might have more energy. Okay. So with that drash, I'm going to stand up and get myself ready for some balance postures. Standing on my left leg, bend the right knee and glue it into the left thigh. Lift the pubic bone, drop the tailbone, and then be here. Be here now. There's probably many a book named that. Be here now. It sounds like an Eckhart Tolle thing, pretty sure. Breathe. And notice, I didn't feel the earthquake, but I slept funky. So I'm going to just keep my hands on both spots. And I'm going to just deal with my ego that says, wait, but Michelle, you love to balance. You can balance without any support. And I'm going to just enjoy the support. I'm going to enjoy the support system that you all are for me. And I'm going to enjoy the support system that these beautiful wooden objects are for me as well. The candle, the Shiva, I got my computer, I can see my coffee. I'm certainly safe. Maybe it even impresses me so much that the sides of my mouth lift into a bit of a smile. Exhale. Drop the right leg. Standing on the right foot, bring the left leg up. Lift both hips equally if you can. I just noticed it's all subtle adjustments though, isn't it? And this is great for where the inward turn is. I just noticed the weight on my right foot heading to the outside of it. Press the big toe mound more than the pinky toe. Press the big toe mound more than the pinky toe. How still and safe can I feel? You know, in the meditation, nightly meditation, we do the 4 priestly benedictions. And suddenly in this moment here comes an overwhelming rush of, I am safe. You know, we ask for safety and protection. And actually, I think that is the Monday one. And I know now we're counting the Omer. Sorry to make this all Jewishly connected. I always say I don't practice Jewish yoga, and I don't, but we're deeply invested in a Jewish cycle of spirituality, so it seems very appropriate that as I'm standing on this right leg, I'm filled with safety. I'm filled with compassion for my own safety and for the lack of safety for many others. And as I stand on this right leg, I realize how lucky I am to have 2 legs. How I can find stability even in some kind of disability, right? How I can find stability even though I'm only using one of my normal appendages for balance here. Because I have a different connection to my inner strength. Yeah? Trying to speak in metaphor today. And breathe. That strength comes from stability, of breath, of mind, of present moment, and practice. I've practiced long enough standing on one foot that I know, okay, as soon as I take my hands off, something's going to happen that's going to make me feel, but I know because of my practice that I can press further into my right big toe, lift my right knee more, let my brain settle, and then I'm safe again. That's just because of practice. Setting yourself up for practice. And take my hands off. And that was a very long practice. Shake your legs. Okay, we're gonna add to it, little dancer pose for the day. So I suggest using a chair or a wall to set yourself up. Yeah? And Jenny, I'm on a carpet, wish me luck. So I'm gonna take hold of my right foot. You could take hold of your pant leg, right? You could take hold of your sock. In the days of practicing in a yoga studio, there might be all sorts of options, straps. You could use a towel or a, what do you call it, robe tie, and put it around there. And then, whoops, talk about sturdiness. Then I'm just going to try to, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be your biggest, best dancer pose that ever existed in the history of dancer pose. But notice my right shoulder is all open because of my right foot. What about if I was squared off? What about if I could inhale, draw my heart to the sky. Exhale, lift the leg a little higher. Inhale, lift my heart. And yes, there's an arching of the back. Maybe my left hand comes off, but not at the expense of my breath or any pain. If this hurts your knee, just keep it down and practice. Maybe instead of an arch, just practice drawing your foot back and forth. And then maybe again, maybe you just, right? Non-committal class. And then exhale. Through the mouth even. Go crazy. Let it explode through the mouth. Maybe you clench your fingers, clench your fists, draw your shoulders to your ears, and hold something else. I'm going to hold my little Shiva. Inhale. Take hold of that left ankle, heel, foot, and breathe. And then, hold it all lightly, yeah? Life is so important and so not. It's just about the breath, how you settle your mind into this present moment. Lift the pubic bone, drop the tailbone. Lift the heart. Inhale, inhale. Draw maybe the right arm out. Even just for half a sec. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, I'm not ready for that. Even to explore, oh yeah, I'm not ready for that. And then if you're not ready for it, you get to figure out why. Oh, okay, let's see. If I zip my ribs up, the inclination is to puff everything out, and then probably you will fall. You might not. I did. So covering my bases here. So knee is in line with the hip. Heart lifts to the sky. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Pressing the big toe side of the right foot. And then lift the heart in the chest. Now notice the inclination to draw that left shoulder all the way back because your left foot. Keep just exploring this dance, yeah? Just exploring. And then maybe that just pauses you, makes you stand taller, which is good. Exhale and release both legs. If you're like me, you accomplish something, and then you're like, okay, done with that now. What's next? What if you accomplish something, whatever that variation is, and you breathe into it, and you let your mind be still for a moment. Oh, that's what's next. Nothing's next. Right here is next. Right here, right here, right here now. All right, I'm going to come back to the chair. If you want to find your way to the floor, please be my guest. We're going to take Baddha Konasana. Baddha, bound, Kona, angle. Asana means your seat. It doesn't mean pose, though we associate it with being in a pose. Baddha Konasana. So here on the chair, I'm going to try to keep my sits bones glued to the chair. Take my hands to my calves or my knees. Maybe take one hand at the chair or some support system you have here. And inhale. Talking about support systems again today. Metaphor. Lean forward. Hips are still on the chair. Nice tall spine. And then again, just notice what happens. Are your shoulders all hiked? Did you get all crunchy here? Are your toes crunchy like mine? I have to release my toes. Inhale, pull in the ribs and the belly, and let's just try it again. If you're still in it on the floor, fantastic. Breathe more deeply. Or maybe take both hands to the thighs. It makes you work your belly a lot more. Gaze is past your toes again. And inhale. I just love the coming out of that. Not that we're supposed to have preferences, but I don't know. I just feel so refreshed after coming out of, even for a moment, of Baddha Konasana. So now we'll take the head, the crown of the head, to the feet. So if you're sitting on the floor, it looks like this. You get little, but remember the shoulders are going to want to fly up and hike themselves to the ears. Try not to let them. So it looks like this. Yeah, you could still use one hand for support, and you're just drawing the crown of the head. So it really is good for the belly muscles as well. You're going to keep the legs super strong. Call this 2. Maybe you go a little bit deeper. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, sit up tall. Straighten just the left leg. Janu Shirshasana. Shirsha is head. It's kind of pretty, right? Shirsha, like sheer. And then maybe the right foot just kind of hangs out at the left thigh. If you're in it on the floor, the right leg comes all the way up to like where it is for tree pose. And take a moment to square the shoulders. And I just noticed my left foot is doing my little ballet dancer thing. Keep it turned a little more in, so it's neutral rather than turned out. Nice tall spine. Breathe. 2, 3, 4. Keep the hips down. 5. Oh my, that felt good. I got it now underneath my knee. My hip is opening, my right hip. Woo, that was exciting. I can't even explain why. Stay as you are. Draw the right leg over the left. So if you're sitting on the floor, just stay put. Just draw it, or you can say it, same thing. You like that? That was good. Sanskrit. And we're going to take this twist. So left hand to the outside of the right knee. Probably you're a little warm enough that you can take a deeper twist as ever. I'm going to hold even the back of my chair, make it very exciting. And then maybe I'm going to even allow my gaze, my drishti, to focus over the right shoulder. Let the left shoulder come forward, the right shoulder back, the right rib, pull in the belly. Exhale. Ah. I don't know, it feels like a twist feels like a jump into a big lake. You know, you're at Nachal Rogot in Israel. Again, I'm so thinking Jewishly today. I don't know, you fly off the cliff and you jump into the waterfall. That's where I am. Okay, so straighten the right leg. Left knee bends. Janu Shirshasana on the second side. If you're on the floor, it looks a little bit, probably more like tree pose. Or you could try it on the chair, as long as you have some help from your friends, your hands. Then you're going to immediately draw the navel in, pull in the belly. As soon as you let the belly go, you might have a harder time with it, either because of pain or because of stability. So it's a belly, like it looks like I'm not doing anything. I'm doing so much internally, trying to keep my ribs together, trying to keep my gaze soft and focused over the right leg. Shoulders back. Slow inhale, slow exhale. If it so happens that you have all this room to reach your hands toward your right shin, or if you're sitting on the floor, probably you could possibly hold the right foot. You could take that strap of sorts and do it as well. Sitting up tall, we'll take the right leg over the left. I think my right knee was bent. If you're sitting though, if you're on the floor, keep the right leg nice and straight. I think it's straight. I'm going to keep it straight. Oh my. And then that twist can really get in there. So you're going to press the right hand on the outside of the left knee. Sitting up super duper tall. Gaze over the left shoulder. Explore all that space in the midsection of the body. And inhale, exhale, drop the right leg, the left leg. Exploring Shavasana, right? The name of my autobiography someday. Peel the shoulders back. Wherever you are, you can take rest. Yeah? Theoretically, at any time of day or night, like how Gandhi spoke about never needing vacation, because he was always able to find a relaxed and vacant mind. So here I am, relaxed and vacant, though I'm sitting in a chair, though I'm leading a yoga class, though I know that I have all sorts of constraints I'm working under. I'm trying to just check in. Where is my inward turn? Behind the eyes, inside the jaw, from the inside between my temples, in my throat. My heart, behind my heart. Behind my belly, inside my hips, inside the upper thighs, inside the knees and the calves, the heroes that your legs are, right? The heroes that your legs are, your shins and your ankles, but inside, from the inside. The inside, all those tiny little bones that have to work properly to get your feet stable to the ground. Each tiny little bone in the upper foot, the balls of the feet, the toes, all 5 of those toes. Everything that has to work so that you can find ground. You can either stay lying down, or you could hug the knees in and roll out onto your right side. I'm going to just give us a little bit of a something something. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavid Vishavai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Maybe the corners of the mouth lift in a little smile. If you're not yet onto your right side, give yourself a nice curl up. Just that moment of you time, me time. That self-nurturing has become so abundantly clear. How little perhaps you engage in it in your day-to-day. Engage in it right here. Come to your sitting posture. That little chant loosely translated to our sort of mindset. How good it is to practice together, to study together, to be in community together. And we'll close, just as we began, close the right thumb, inhale through the left nostril. Close both. Exhale through the right. Namaste. Thank you so very much for practicing with me today.